So Casper, before we enter the Greenough Historical Settlement, what's that you've got in your hand?
It's actually a map of the area. There are 10 buildings we can visit. A store, which is in front of me. A school, police station and lockup. A church. A little cottage. And a convent, just to name a few of them.
Alright, we'll go through and we'll show you around.
Yeah.
This building that we're going to look in is an old schoolhouse building. Here we have a very early map of the world. Here we have a sample of the year, the amount of pupils, and whether it be boys and girls, based on how often they attended, and whether the enrollments. As we continue on, talking about morning recess, which hasn't really changed that much. The fireplace would have been lit on a cold day to make it nice and warm. With the old desks that contained an inkwell. Back in the days when I used to write and do the classwork with quills and ink. The building we are at now is the old police station. So we'll just go for a walk around and have a bit of a look. So by the looks of it, it would have been someone that would have manned it, like a family. This would have been known as the police quarters. The kitchen was basic, but it had all your basic needs. Here's some information I found. The sergeant and his wife with 12 children. As we walk around the back courtyard area, you have your old style outback toilets, and as we continue walking around, we'll have a look to see what's inside of this building here. This one here would resemble the old horse stables, where the police horses would have been stationed. We even have a sample of one of the early saddles. I wonder if this was the name of one of the horses. Woody and Carbine. Here we have the St. Catherine's Anglican Church, which would be very similar to most of the early style church buildings built throughout Western Australia. Probably resembling more likely the English architecture. As we walk into the church, the typical hymn book, but based on Australian prayer books. As we look down, typical seating with the area at the front for where the music would be played, and the area where the bishop or the priest would speak and tell the sermon for the day. With some lovely stained glass windows as well. The next building on our little walk was known as the Greenough Road Board. Which quite often nowadays is known as the Shire Office. The next building along our little walk is the St. Catherine Hall, which I gather would be where a lot of your community events would have been held. So gathering by the space, it would have been a place for gathering, for music, and even the odd stage play. Maybe even if there was a school play, there could have been here where the community would gather to see it. With information as well. From dances and anything else that you could imagine the hall may have been used for. Hello there, Caspar. What could you imagine this hall would have been used for yourself?
Well, since I've come across some comments where the children would have been in school, I'm thinking this hall could have been used for assemblies if they had them.
I was actually thinking the same thing as I said earlier, for school plays and for the community to come and see. There is this building here over in the distance. Not sure entirely what it is, but I guess by the size, I'm guessing it could be perhaps an old flour mill or some kind of factory. If anyone of you knows what it could have been, please comment below. While walking around the historic village, you are told to make sure the gate is closed at all times when you enter and exit, and this is why. There is some alpacas, but be careful not to get too close because sometimes alpacas can spit.
Yeah, entering the old-fashioned wooden doors. Dormitory, 1902 to 1958. Presentation sisters. 3 little beds, all of the same. This would probably be the office. Kitchen. 1899 to 1901, girl boarders. That's right. I wouldn't really say writings on the walls, but useful information on the walls. 1899 to 1901, St. Joseph's School. The different kind of chairs, pews, communion section, or maybe it was something else. I'm not really sure. I'm not Catholic. (1902, 1912), St. Peter's School. 1918 to 1951, the boys' dormitory. Quite an old-looking piece of furniture. Actually, it's not a piece of old. It's actually an organ. St. Peter's Church. Yes, you can have weddings here. Weddings by appointment. So maybe if you know someone who's getting married, maybe they might like to have their wedding here. Quite historical looking and very well preserved. Just found another little door that I'm just heading down towards now. It's not all doors are open. However, if you see a doormat, it means generally the door is open. Well, that one is closed. Not sure what this building is, but you can see the lovely smooth stonework in it.